Today we are going to talk about the agreement between President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to raise the debt ceiling and avoid a default by the federal government. What is the debt ceiling? Why is it important? And what are the challenges facing this deal? Let's find out. The debt ceiling is a legal limit on how much money the federal government can borrow to pay for its obligations, such as interest on the national debt, Social Security benefits, military salaries, and other expenses. The debt ceiling does not authorize new spending, but rather allows the government to pay for what it has already spent. The current debt ceiling is $28.4 trillion, which was reached in August 2021. Since then, the Treasury Department has been using extraordinary measures to avoid defaulting on its payments, but these measures will run out by mid-October. If the debt ceiling is not raised by then, the government will not be able to borrow any more money and will have to rely on its cash on hand and incoming revenues to pay its bills. This could result in delays or cuts in payments to millions of Americans and businesses, as well as a loss of confidence in the U.S. creditworthiness and a possible downgrade of its credit rating. This could also trigger a financial crisis and a recession, as interest rates would rise, stock markets would plunge, and global trade would be disrupted. To prevent this scenario, President Biden and Speaker McCarthy reached an agreement in principle on October 2nd to raise the debt ceiling by $480 billion, which would allow the government to keep borrowing until early December. The deal was brokered by Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, who had previously refused to cooperate with the Democrats on this issue. The deal also includes a provision that would cap federal spending at current levels until December 3rd, when a temporary funding bill expires. However, the deal still faces hurdles in Congress, as some lawmakers from both parties are unhappy with its terms. Some Democrats argue that the deal is too short-term and does not address the underlying problem of the debt ceiling. They want to abolish or suspend the debt ceiling permanently or for a longer period of time, or to use a parliamentary maneuver called reconciliation to raise it without Republican support. Some Republicans argue that the deal is too generous and does not include any spending cuts or reforms to reduce the deficit. They want to use the debt ceiling as leverage to demand concessions from the Democrats on their social spending and tax plans. The deal will need 60 votes in the Senate and a majority in the House to pass. It is expected that most Democrats will support it, but some progressives may defect if they feel that it undermines their agenda. It is also expected that most Republicans will oppose it, but some moderates may cross over if they fear the consequences of a default. The vote could take place as soon as this week, but it could also be delayed or derailed by procedural obstacles or political disagreements. That's all for today's episode of Trivia Time. We hope you learned something new and interesting about the debt ceiling deal. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more trivia videos every week. Thanks for watching and see you next time.